Okay, going next through the list, I skipped emails, bulk requests, trigger links. We'll get to those later because they're a lot more advanced. And so we'll do form builder. Form builder is pretty nice. If you've ever had software where you had to create forms, like Jot form is one, this completely replaces that. And so create new form, and now you could do whatever you want. Say we want people to say their first, last name, phone, email. Always click on there. I say it's always required. So this is the title. Let's see if I delete that. It would delete right there. Placeholder is what's in that box right there. So if I delete this, it'll delete that right there. And so on. I always do make sure it's required. It does an asterisk, so people have to do it. And so there's already a standard list of things that people could do. We maybe want their address, city, state, if it makes sense. You could add text. You could add images, a CAPTCHA button if you want to with the I'm not a robot. You could add buttons. And maybe this is the button that they say submit. Submit form. Form. You could even change the background and color of it. Great. Put in the middle. Change the text, form, change the radius. There we go, corner radius. Make it full width or not, and so you can do all of that. Always make sure you save the form going through. Now, there's these things called custom values. This is where if we want to add a custom question. So say if it was cars, we're trying to sell cars. We could say, I do text most of the time, but if it's like a question to deal with money, you do check boxes if there's multiple answers and they want you to check one. So we'll do text, say, do you have a trade-in for your car? I just copy that and do that, save. Now I could put that in there. Require, and now that question's in there. And then so going back to opportunities, if you were to click on them, you can see that they filled out this question and it'll be in there. And you can create any type of custom field. Here's a checkbox. Do you have a trade-in? You want to give them the yes, no, maybe. That's what that will look like. Do you have a trade-in? This one thinks that it's the same thing, so we'll get rid of that. Okay. Oh, there you go. You can put it down there. So now people can click yes, no, maybe on there. You can change the style of the form. So maybe we want the background red. Agency branding. I never do agency branding. Options. So upon submitting, you could go to a certain URL. You could give them a message, a thank you message. Sticky contact. I always turn this on. This just means that if you had two separate forms, maybe in the same website, if they fill out the first form and the second form, it would save all their information and autofill it. And so they don't have to repeat it. So if they already put their first name somewhere else, if they go to this form, it will have it on there. And so it just makes it easier. You can even set up a pixel, Facebook pixel ID. If you don't know what that is, that's all right. It's not a big deal. Change the name of it right there and go through all that. Border, radius. Let's see if we did 100. There, near the corner. So save form, bam. You can integrate it into any thing, or you could just have it as a simple link. So let's say we copy that and we open it, and then it'll go to a new tab and go, and it would just be that form. So going to form, that's where it is. It's active. We could edit it again, going back through. You copy it, delete it, all that. You could even analyze all the submissions. So if there's anytime someone submitted stuff, it will show you how many and give you analytics. And submissions will show you their actual contact, what they filled out, answers, all of that. Survey Builder I'll do because it's the exact same thing practically, but the great thing about surveys that's different is that you can make it so it's one question at a time. So instead of a long list where people go through, you can make it, if you do one question at a time, that they fill out the first answer and then click next and then the next answer. Click next answer. And so that's why. And you could play a little bit more with it, like there's animation, back button. And so that's why this one's a little nicer. You could automatically disqualify people if they answered differently than what answers. And so this way leads can be kicked out right away if they're not good enough. But everything else is the same with the custom fields, standards, all that. Save survey. You could integrate it. You could have the link. So all that's the same. And then same with the analytics and the submissions here.